What's up, villager?
Send me the code that is in your text message.
What's up, my illager?
This is gold. What does he say? I haven't seen the movie. I only see like 3 clips. What does he say? I am Steve. How does he say it?
Crafting table.
No shot. What is that from? Is that the popcorn box?
Yeah, they had like a ton of different options.
I went up. Okay, so I saw it Thursday, midday.
Good on you for keeping all the spoilies in. I haven't seen it, nor will I. The whole time I'm not going to see it.
I saw it midday Thursday.
Have you seen it more than once?
Kind of. Let's say I watched another version of it from my memory. I'll explain that later.
Nether flame sauce.
So I saw it Thursday
Nether flame
midday. I went up and I saw all the Minecraft merchandise there, and I said, "Do you have the popcorn bucket still available?" And they said, "Yeah, we've only sold like 2." So I bought a popcorn bucket.
Okay. What?
I think I don't know what's the best way for me to introduce this and like explain my opinions. It isn't good. It's a bad movie.
Maddie said it was a terrible movie, but she loved it.
I didn't. I didn't. I spent the first... Okay, so normal film 3-act structure, whatever. First act is an overworld, introduce all the characters, blah, 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 blah. Get into Minecraft, meet Steve. Second act, trying to get the MacGuffin, whatever the fuck.
Pixelated nuggets.
Third act, do we both get nuggets?
Yeah, you should have got nugs.
Oh, dude, and I also got some fucking...
That's the collect. Wait. No, we have to wait to open our chest. Fill your inventory first. That's a good.
Yeah, no, that was clever. The second act, whatever, getting the MacGuffin. Third act, big final battle. Blah 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 blah.
That is terrible.
What, the sauce?
Whoa!
Don't spill it. Yeah.
Hot, spicy. And just bad tasting.
So I went into it.
You have medium buffalo sauce here?
Maybe.
That'd make my life a lot better. Wow, that nether flame sauce. I really enjoy throwing Jake off his rhythm. Because I like that he never starts a chain of thought. Yo, Loki, I've never had this.
Well, Loki had it.
Crafting table!
Okay. So I went into it with the perspective of, I don't think this will be a great movie. I think it'll be a fine movie, and I think it'll be an entertaining movie.
You thought it was going to be serviceable.
I thought it, no, like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie or the Super Mario Bros. Movie, right?
Honestly, Super Mario Bros. Looking back on it, not that bad of a movie.
Exactly. Not that bad. Generic, good enough. It's a movie. It's fine. It's entertaining. And there's a lot of little eccentricities about it that make it more entertaining.
It was one of the movies of all time.
So the first third of the Minecraft movie was entertaining because it is the same generic hero's journey story. You know hero's journey?
Mm-hmm.
Same generic hero's journey, blah, 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 blah. Odysseus is an example. Can you turn off the monitors? Like, you know, new character, unknown world, blah, 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 blah. It's on the back. The first act was entertaining because it was a lot of like, it was directed by the guy who made Napoleon Dynamite, who like did Napoleon Dynamite. And so for the first third, it is entertaining because there's a lot of that like same humor. This isn't going to work. I don't know what I was thinking.
I told you that the layout was bad.
Yeah. I haven't gotten around to that part of cleaning yet. So the first third was kind of interesting because like they're in some like weird, it's like a lot of camp. They're in this like weird potato town where everything is run down, and it's like the high school has a bunch of allegations against them, and the daughter's like working at this like potato plant factory as like a social media advisor, consultant, whatever the fuck.
Social media for the plant.
Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of weird and it's odd, but it's like, all right, this is kind of entertaining. Whatever. It had those like
how much that director has or the writers have no idea how social media works.
I'll get to the writers.
Hold on. What's up, villager?
Send me the code that is in your text message.
What's up, my illager?
Why is Maddie blue biking?
I don't know. Is she coming?
Why is she using my number as a blue bike?
Is she coming?
I'm concerned on many levels. First off, how do you know my login?
I need the code.
Why do you need my login for blue bikes?
Because my phone number is tied to Emerito, and I am not Emerito on the blue bike.
But why did you use my phone number?
Because my phone number is tied to a man named out of Emerito, and I'm not Emerito.
Why are you blue biking at this time of night?
Because I'm trying to go for a bike ride.
Where?
On the Esplanade.
No, you were supposed to be at rehearsal.
I'm not going to.
Then come here.
Then what the fuck
we're
are
talking
you
about the
doing?
Minecraft movie.
You said not to come because it was too late.
Well, because I thought you were going to your rehearsal.
No, I'm not going to the rehearsal.
You were the most annoying person in the world.
Have her come.
Just come over. Ignore your friends. I'll get you a lemonade.
People on the street will kill people. Oh my god.
I don't think so.
Okay. Man, these chicken nuggets suck.
Huh?
Bland chicken nuggets.
Agree. Very mid.
But okay.
You'll still eat them though. Probably you heat those up in the microwave at 2 a.m. They probably hit.
No.
You'll eat those.
I only eat them right now, and only if I grab some salt and pepper and put it on it.
And do it. Don't waste food. I like that this has no chain.
What? Yeah, I'm trying to establish. I'm trying to talk about.
Not a single. Well, because that's when our views go down. The more chaos, more views.
I don't think that's. Is that true?
All right, I'm gonna pulverize these and cut this out.
Yeah, I know you need to lube that down. That's a lot of dry. Should I frame my box? I should probably frame my golden box. How long? Probably got to be 60 years.
Okay.
Probably 60 years till these are collectible because there's going to be so many of them.
15.
You think 15? You're nut.
Old Minecraft merchandise is already considered collectible. Maybe let's say 25.
But it's McDonald's. Dude.
25 and Minecraft still has to be popular. 25 Minecraft still has to be popular. 40 if Minecraft isn't
popular.
Okay.
Yeah, because we'll be like 60.
So once it got to the like, okay, we're in Minecraft now.
Bubbles.
Like all of the like extra spice, poof, fucking zip gone. Like all the like weird little funny, interesting things. Like at the start of how the like high school has some weird allegations and the principal's really over the top and stuff and all these different things and whatever. Gone. Minute they're in Minecraft, just generic corporate made story. so generic. And it stays that way.
Is it generic because it follows the Minecraft story where you like go to the underworld?
No. It follows the story that I exactly predicted in the YouTube video I made breaking down the first Minecraft trailer. Which is the same plot as another Minecraft game and the Captain Sparkles YouTube music video series. Which is that piglins are trying to invade and take over the overworld.
Oh, yeah.
And they need some MacGuffin to do it.
Who's guffin?
Do you know what a MacGuffin is? A MacGuffin is, it's like the item that the movie is centered around. So like in Avengers, it's the blue cube, whatever the fuck it's called.
Tesseract?
That. I thought that was the, I thought that was the Transformers cube, but I don't remember what that cube is called.
That one's called the Allspark.
The Allspark.
The Allspark.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is the MacGuffin. It's the thing they're trying to do.
Are you
That
gonna
was
ignore
impressive. That was impressive. So
Autobots.
and it kind of doesn't, they don't really explain the MacGuffin very much. The MacGuffin is just the two cubes that Steve puts together that create a portal into Minecraft. He found them while mining in the real world and he put them together and he got into Minecraft.
Steve is Jack Black.
Correct. And
Why
so
Steve fat?
maybe he just like buff that.
Fair enough. Accepted.
But it's like the MacGuffin is the item that lets them go through into Minecraft world. But then for some reason, also the piglins want it. And they need it to be able to convert the overworld into piglin, into nether, basically. Why? How? It's not explained. It's just that as soon as Jack Black enters into the nether, they're now like, we want that shit. We want that shit. Look, it's just so... It's bad. And it's not... what I'll say is it isn't as bad as the Emoji Movie, which makes it worse than the Emoji Movie. Because
Why?
the
They
Emoji...
tried? Because they tried?
What, with the Emoji Movie or with this?
With this.
No. It's because the Emoji Movie is so bad that you can like kind of enjoy it to the extent of that how horrible it is. This is boringly bad.
Mm.
And the the social media trend that has been generated from it has made me so much less willing to ironically even engage with it because there's so many people who are unjustly giving it so much extra praise than like not even like Maddie. I'm talking about the people who in the movie theaters go fucking ballistic screaming chicken jockey when it shows up on screen, which has been happening.
No, Maddie said that when she went, everybody was memeing. And
Yeah.
she said that's what made it fun.
I think that would be miserable.
Why? I think
Because
there's no fun.
I don't know. Maybe I think that is a separate experience from the movie itself. I think the movie itself is fucking boring and bland and disinteresting as a
That's
whole.
probably why people have to meme, though, just to like get through it.
I know, but I don't think it deserves the memes. I think it's being memed so much that it's going to get a sequel. I don't think it deserves a sequel. I don't. It is not a good movie. It is lackluster. It is boring. There's no stakes at all. There's the most pathetic post-credit scene ever.
You put a post-credit scene?
They did. You know what the post-credit scene is?
What is it? I'm never going to watch this
Steve
movie,
goes back to his old house and then he opens the door and he's like, oh, excuse me. Hi, I used to live here. Do you have that old chest of mine? And there's a lady who you only see the back of. She has orange hair and a green shirt. And she's like, oh, yeah, that chest. Yeah, I know. And Steve's like, oh, my name's Steve. And she's like, my name's Alex. You don't get this.
I know who Alex is.
In Minecraft, it's the other
She's the
default
other
skin. Yeah. That is the most low stakes fucking setup ever. They had like 3 different opportunities with the main villain to do some like actual plot based setup for the next one, but they don't. They use it for jokes. Now I can allow using 2 out of the 3 for a joke, but the third one is just, it's weak. It's not good. And I am predicting now on this effing podcast that we host that the meme will be dead in 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
I will bet $100 on it.
I'm not going to bet against. I agree.
Because I can tell you exactly why.
Okay.
We are about to hit the I'm Pickle Rick moment. Now you may say, what do you mean by that?
That's almost exactly what I was going to say.
So in 2017, 2018, when Rick and Morty was peak popularity, this was just the start of season 3. They did a marketing thing with McDonald's because they had done some joke in a season about how there's this old Mulan Szechuan sauce that McDonald's used to have that they don't have anymore, and that Rick is really desperate to get it. So then in a marketing thing with McDonald's, they did a limited release of the Szechuan. I've lost the ability to pronounce it over the years.
Szechuan sauce?
Szechuan sauce. Whatever. Now, when they did this big marketing thing, it was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Now, this was also the same time that it was also the same season that Pickle Rick came out. And I don't know if you know Pickle Rick.
I know the skin in Fortnite.
He doesn't have a skin in Fortnite. Pickle Rick, it was just Rick turns himself into a pickle. And so everyone was like, oh my God, this is the funniest fucking thing ever. He turned himself into a fucking pickle, dude. Holy shit. Now, in the context of this show, it's kind of a cry for help of his mental state. But of course, all the losers looked over that and were like, huh, he's so cool. He turned himself into a fucking pickle. That's so epic. And then he goes on a John Wick mission. That's so cool. Now, I bring all this up because during this Szechuan sauce marketing thing, they had very little of the sauce, which caused a huge issue for the massive amount of fans. And then it was a whole like mess of things. And then there was one particular video of a guy at a McDonald's screaming for the Szechuan sauce and then saying, I'm Pickle Rick, pulling the shirt over his head and then like spinning around on the ground. I'll see if I can find it.
I know this video.
But it is truly a generational video.
Yeah, I remember this.
I'm Pickle Rick McDonald's. Yeah.
I want Szechuan sauce. Where's my Szechuan sauce? I'm Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle Rick.
This moment is fast approaching for the Minecraft movie.
Okay, why?
And I say this because
then they run out of these gold blocks?
No. It has nothing to do with McDonald's. I say this because over the past 72 hours that this movie has been out, I have seen increasing news about how people are going to the Minecraft movie. They're being fucking loud and cheering like it's Endgame when they say, I am Steve or Chicken Jockey or Crafting Table or whatever. And more recently, they've started throwing popcorn, screaming, causing a mess. So much so that I read that earlier, some people had to be kicked out by police because they were causing such a commotion. Like movie theater workers are calling this like a nightmare event of a weekend or something. I predict that, for one, on the corporate side of things,
Right.
This can only go on so long before it starts going up the chain, and then AMC will go to Minecraft and be like, hey, like, you need to fucking figure this out or we're going to stop showing the movie as much. It'll be because it is apparently that widespread of an issue. I thank God that I went and saw it midday Thursday when there was no buzz around this at all. And the worst I had was some guy who kept turning on his flashlight a row behind me while he was standing up and watching the movie. There were no cheers or anything for any of the I am Steve chicken jockey moments. Thank fucking Lord, because I would have gone ballistic. Because I went in with the intention of watching the movie, not of going on a roller coaster. Now, it's fine if you want to go in for a roller coaster, but movie theaters have not been established as a place to go on roller coasters to. I think this is because, so there's that aspect, but I think also we are quickly, especially if there's some fucking video of people really freaking out in a theater that goes viral, we are fast approaching the event horizon of irony, where we have seen so much. It's like this huge, it's like the Minions movie. It's like a combination of Morbius and Minions 2. With how Minions 2, there were this huge trend of people showing up in suits and all this stuff. And then for Morbius, the meme.
I did that.
Did you actually do it?
Yeah. It was Elliot's birthday.
Oh, yeah. You told me about this.
And then I drove home 2.5 hours at 4 a.m.
But so then.
That was miserable.
But then the Morbius meme of that everyone's in the theater and screaming out when he says Morbius and like, oh my God, he said it a more billion times. It was so cool. This is if you combine those two, but make the Morbius one real also, with how people are treating it, apparently. And so I think you will very soon see the like critique of the irony of how people realizing that this is fucking obnoxious. This is causing issues for the service workers, for the people working in the movie theaters. It's a mess for them. You're seeing signs of like, please don't throw your popcorn. Please don't cause like, I don't know. I saw something with a shower. I didn't understand what and it's like a mess and it's all this shit. So I think the minute, especially if there's a video, but I think we're already within maybe the next 24, 48 hours, we're going to see a huge shift of people online being like, okay, this is fucking whack. This is over the top. This is ridiculous. It's going to cause years of bad PR for Minecraft, which sucks. But like, honestly, part of me, I feel like they deserved it because they leaned into this a little bit too much, in my opinion. And so, and then we're going to see the meme sharply decline. And I doubt this breaks $1 billion at the box office. Because it's already overhit projections, but I don't think
what was it week?
Like 300 million global.
What?
Yes.
What was the budget of this movie?
150. It was only projected to do 150 global. I think that's global, not domestic.
And they just made a shit ton of money off of me. They charged me $15 for this shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't even know how much the popcorn bucket was. It's like too much. And so it's like, I think this is going to have the fucking sharpest decline ever because as soon as the trend is seen as being weird and whack and like cringe and whatever,
yeah,
who will want to go see it again that has seen it for that original reason? No one. And so then who will go see it again because it's a good movie? No one. I replayed it from my memory last night. And what's interesting is there's a version online circulating that is the film without the finished visual effects. And that's how a lot of people have been pirating it and stuff. And my memories were similar to that one, I'll say. And even watching it then to try to get a full like dissection of it, it's still like, it's just a bad movie. It's so poorly written. And in this, we'll say my memory version, at the start, when it's the opening credits of like directed by blah, 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 produced by blah, 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 written by TBD, story by TBD. The whole film was done except for the visual effects, but they hadn't figured out who to fucking assign the writing for. because it was written by a fucking a committee of hacks that were just trying to fart out the most basic hero's journey story ever to cash in on big bucks and merchandising and all this grotesque bullshit. They should have kept Sean Levy on this project. It's ridiculous they got rid of him. Or at least they should have let Jared Hess have more fun with it rather than limiting him to only to the first act. It's so lame. It's so lame. It's so painfully lame. And also, the CGI, I disagree with the direction of it. I don't like the overly realistic aspect, but whatever. I guess that's subjective. But there are also so many instances where the graphics are just bad. You know how? Because I kid you not, every single shot of the humans in Minecraft land, if it is sunny out, the light is behind them. It doesn't matter if they are talking on opposite sides of things. The light is always behind them. And you can tell because the sides of their hair are illuminated, like it is when the light is behind them. And it is every single fucking shot. And it's like, I don't bet the layperson notices it, but like it certainly adds this feeling of like disconnect and everything to it. It's so odd. It's like there's a character who all she does is she's used for a fat joke. And then early in the movie, like one scene, 5 minutes into the movie, she's like, yeah, I do a side business with animals. And then that like isn't touched on at all for maybe 50 minutes. And then near the climax of the movie, she's like, oh, I can understand Steve's wolf. Like they lost Steve and then they find the wolf and it's like the wolf was originally angry and she's like, oh wait, no, you just need a bone. And then she's like, oh, you're Steve's wolf. Can you guide us to him? Then they don't talk about it for another 30 minutes. And then in the climax of the movie, when it's this big battle scene, what does she do? She's like, here's more company. And then behind her is like 15 wolves. And then again, 20 minutes not addressed. In the final last narration where Steve's like, hey, you know, I came back to the real world and this is what everyone's doing now. He's like, you know, she finally got able to pursue her dream of animals. And she's like at a daycare or like a pet. What is it called? Petting zoo?
Daycare?
And that's it. She is the lamest character ever. She isn't a character. She serves zero function to the story. It's embarrassing, dude. It's so lame. Fuck off telling me that the Herobrine reference was a coincidence. I do not believe you, Minecraft. I don't. And it's like, it's cute. And it's a really cute reference. I don't disagree. But don't miss me with all that bullshit about it being a glitch or whatever. You've run that bit into the ground for 12 years running now. Miss me with that shit. Unless you're actually gonna put it in the sequel, I don't want to hear you saying, oh, it was a glitch in the CGI and oh, how curious. Fuck off.
You want BBL or BCB?
BBL or BCB?
Big booty Latinas or big cock boys?
How long were you thinking of that while I was going on that diatribe?
No, I just came up.
You just came off of that, off the dome? I couldn't think of anything. Whichever one you don't want. I don't care.
I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know what the difference is either.
Pick one.
Probably one of them's a skeleton and one of them's a fucking wolf.
Well, pick one.
Left. My left.
Can we open our box?
Yeah, let's open our fucking boxes.
Our chests.
Our damn chests. And then I'll be like, huh, it's a neat little figurine. And then I'll go back to railing on this stupid fucking film. Oh, look, it's actually kind of a cute little zombie guy. What is this? He's one of the McDonald's fuckers.
Ronald McDonald?
No, not Ronald. He's like the
I got
crabby
a fucking burger.
the crabby stealer. What's his name? He's like a criminal in the McDonald's universe.
I got a literal goddamn burger.
Yeah, that's really lame, and I'm happy I got this one.
Got a literal goddamn burger.
Dude, I also got a sick fucking trading card with it.
Don't worry though, at least I can get a skin.
Hell yeah, and mine's holographic, dude. Fuck yeah. Is yours holographic? Or is it just a normal one?
Mine's a literal.
Oh, no, you have a holographic one as well. The movie is the most low stakes bullshit ever, and it drives me nuts. And
I got a fucking burger.
It's
paid $15
no. You also got it for the box.
for a poorly stickered.
This stickered or
Mine is a sticker. Feel this. It's literally a sticker.
No, some of this is like the seats are inbuilt.
Do they light up?
A lot of it is sticker though. Okay.
I think you got the most special one. There's like one that's really rare. I'll look it up while you rant.
Did I get the Grimace one, or is there no Grimace? What? You can look it up. Okay. The movie has zero stakes whatsoever. What do you mean by that? You know how quite famously...
Are you just asking your own questions? Because that was on point. You're just like, every time I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean? You just say it before I can even think it.
I'm just functioning like, I don't know. Fuck you. Like, quite famously, in Star Wars A New Hope, the stormtroopers had horrible aim. That is a running joke throughout all of Star Wars. Stormtroopers have horrible aim. Now, the joke by itself is kind of simplistic. It's just the stormtroopers have horrible aim, right? Well, what does that mean? What it means is that the stormtroopers themselves are fucking useless. They sit there, they shoot their guns, but ultimately they're not much of a challenge to the heroes. This was the worst and most egregiously bad in the most recent Obi-Wan Kenobi show, where there's an episode where they just haphazardly run out of a fucking spaceship hangar, like arms swinging, of like they're supposed to be surrounded by stormtroopers. They should be dead. They talk about how difficult it's going to be. They get their disguises blown and they just fucking run out of there like it's nothing. There are zero stakes. There's zero concern. All of our characters just naturally come to it. They're impervious to all damage. They can run through it fine. This was also really bad in whatever the newest Star Wars was. What the fucking Palpatine Returns one. So how does that apply to the Minecraft movie? Well, for the Minecraft movie, there are what, 6 characters? Steve, Garrett, or Jason Momoa, Boy, lady, and girl. Okay. The only 2 characters who get injured in fight sequences, which there are so many of, is Jason Momoa and Jack Black. Now, you're really giving me nothing here.
It's the Hamburglar.
Oh, I got the that's what I meant. He's the Hamburglar. Is it the rarest?
Yeah, you got the coolest one by far.
Really?
Yeah.
What are the other ones?
Big Mac Crystal, Birdie Wings, Fry Helmet, Grimace Egg, and Soda Potion.
Let me see Grimace Egg. Is there images?
Yeah.
I want to see Grimace Egg. I got the coolest one. That's sick. Hey, you know what? Thanks for that.
I got a fucking burger.
So the only there's so many action sequences, dude, and it's like whatever. It's a fucking movie. There's gonna be a lot of them, of course, but the kids and the lady are never once injured. There's never they're fighting with swords and all this shit and whatever and oh my god, you're a great thing and blah 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 blah. They never get hit. They never get attacked. They never have any damage done to their bodies, except for Jason Momoa and Jack Black, who then look like fucking pussies in comparison, despite the fact that realistically, Jack Black has supposedly been in here for like 10 years or something, And Jason Momoa still is a buff, shredded 40-year-old guy. So he should have some capacity to fight well here. And he does when he goes against the chicken jockey. Kind of. But he also gets his ass whooped there. It's so lame, dude. And there's a moment where it's like literally they go to the Woodland Mansion to get the MacGuffin. Okay. Jack Black's like, okay, you can't, little boy, you can't be just rushing in there. It's too much danger. There's the illagers with the, the hammer guy, the axe guys. You don't know this. Why am I even bothering asking you? You don't fucking know this. The axe guys. He's like, there's the Vindicators, and they have their axes, and they're very scary. And then on the second level, there's the Evokers, and they use black magic to get at you. And then in the treasure room, once you go in and get the chest,
like every third word is a good impression.
And thank you. And the things will be in there and whatever. And then there will be the Endermen, and you don't want to mess with the Endermen because you don't look them in the eyes because they'll really get in your head. What does Kid do? Kid goes in, sneaks around a hallway, gets caught, gets chased by two Vindicators. There's an evoker there who, again, this is the black magic guy, is just like sitting in the back. And he's just like, huh. He gets caught by an evoker or noticed by an evoker. Why didn't we see any fucking black magic? And then he seals himself off in the treasure room. Whatever. Okay. And then he opens all the chests, blah, 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 blah. And then there's a fucking Enderman. And then he does what Steve explicitly told him not to do, that is very dangerous. He looks the Enderman in the eyes. The Enderman, one of the few well-designed creatures in this movie, looks the Enderman into the eyes, gets this whole fucked up sequence of like everyone telling him, oh, you won't be enough. You're lame. You're actually fucking stupid. You suck. And then this is where, and everyone has purple eyes here, and this is where Steve comes in, and he's the one with white eyes, and oh, it was a glitch during the video editing software. Fuck off. But then it goes back, and then this kid is just like, no. And then he looks down for maybe like 3 seconds, which if we use Minecraft in-game logic, the Enderman would have already started attacking him by then. Then he looks up and starts willy-nilly swinging this diamond axe. I don't care if the visual lead on the game tweeted out that it was actually a sharpness 7 knockback 2 axe. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't make sense that he can willy-nilly swing this axe at an Enderman and the Enderman just teleports back a foot each time, keeps getting injured, and does not lay a hand on him. He murks this fucking Enderman, which Jack Black was like, the Endermen, they're the real thing. But no, they weren't. Nothing is a danger in this movie. There's one moment where fucking Jason Momoa dies. Oh my God, he dies? No, he doesn't. He used Stick's water bucket trick. And then he comes in and saves the day at the end. Ugh. Pathetic, dude. So lame. It's so lame. And all the morals are the most ham-fisted and also like counterintuitive, paradoxical things ever. They're talking about how like, oh, you know, the whole thing, they try to run some theme about creativity or whatever the fuck. Steve isn't happy. Steve wants to go into the mines. I yearned for the mines as a kid. And so he wanted to go into the mines. He wanted to go into the mines. He wasn't allowed to go in the mines correctly because he's a fucking kid. But oh, that old prospector, damn him. So then Steve gets an office job, but he's not happy in his office job because he can't be creative enough. So what does he do? He goes back to the mines.
A notoriously creative place.
A notoriously creative place, yes. And then he finds the fucking spirit box for some reason, puts the two of them together. Now he's in Minecraft where he can do whatever the fuck he wants, right? Okay, he can be creative, sure. Our kid starts off in school being creative, or it was also they have an art project where they're supposed to draw a banana and an orange. It's a still life. Do you not know what a still life is? It's you just draw what you see. It's a banana and an orange. All the kids drawing a fucking stupid ass banana and an orange. God forbid this kid draws a fucking banana with a jetpack on it, and then some other dipshits are like, that wouldn't even fucking work. Of course it wouldn't. He's a kid that just drew a conceptual jetpack, and he's like, actually, no, I checked it and it would. No, it wouldn't. 5 seconds later, he's built the damn thing, put it on his skeleton. He's flying the skeleton around. Oh, but wait, the kids, for some reason, because I guess they really had it out for this fucker, cut the wires so that then the skeleton flies off and explodes into the potato chip factory.
Wait, is this all in Minecraft?
No, this is in the real world.
There's a skeleton in the real world.
Like a model skeleton.
Oh.
Anatomy class type shit. So why, of all the classes that you could choose for his creativity to be underappreciated, you choose art class? That's the one place you do it. Any art teacher worth their weight in salt would see a kid having some creative expression in the fucking class by making a jetpack and would be like, oh, that's sick. Like, what are you working on there? Are you a fucking idiot? Don't you know what a still life is? You just draw what you see. So there's the creativity set up for him, right? He feels not able to be creative in the real world because he has this journal full of fucking inventions about jetpacks and robots and whatever the fuck, because he's somehow this mastermind. But like, whatever. And they set up the tragedy. The mom died for some reason. We don't know why. Whatever. Okay. It's this huge emotional weight that they never really deal with or talk about or whatever the fuck. So that's his setup with creativity. So then he gets to go to Minecraft where he can be all creative and as much as he wants and whatever. Wow, it's so sick. And because he knows how fucking rocket science works, he just intuitively is able to get that, oh, I whacked into a tree hard enough and a block came out of it. Now I can build out of this. Where everyone else is struggling, and Jason Momoa, like, they do a simultaneous setup of the characters learning how to, like, the breaking the blocks and shit, because Jason Momoa falls in a hole and there's skeletons after them. He needs to run, so he gets a shovel that he finds down there, whacks at the wall, happens to go through, realizes, oh, caves. Oh, you can break stuff like this. Makes sense. This kid runs square into a fucking tree, breaks a wood block, and then is like,
must be Bedrock edition.
that's a good joke. And then just the like Sherlock Holmes brain blast type shit, realizes, oh, I can do all this, and he built a fucking castle out of nothing and whatever. Ridiculous. But that's the creativity setup. And then I didn't even get this until my second watch through. The villain is also with some ham-fisted creativity allegory. The villain is this evil old fucking witch. And you know how she got radicalized? Because at the Nether's Got Talent, she had a dance that no one appreciated. And so then her father came up to her afterwards and said, you got to give up on this creativity bullshit and just learn how to mine gold like the rest of us. And so she becomes this tyrannical ruler, all because fuck creativity. And then there's the weakest...
Adolf Hitler much?
Literally. There's the weakest fucking moment at the end where it's Steve versus Evil Witch Lady, and they're like battling, and then Evil Witch Lady's dying, and she's like, so you fucking... You're wrong, you know? You know that creativity is the scourge of the earth. And Steve's like, no, it may be harder to be creative, but you have to do it anyway. And then at the end, when they're all about to leave the portal and go back into the real world, the kid is like, you know, I could stay here forever, but I think I'm going to try to be creative in the real world. Okay. And then like all the characters are like saying their goodbyes to Jack Black. And then girl, who has zero emotional connection with Jack Black up until this point, is like, are you sure you don't want to come back? And Jack Black's like, yeah, I would rather stay here and be creative in whatever here. And she's like, well, I feel like you could bring some of that into the real world. And then she leaves. And then Jack Black's like, screw it. And then he comes back. It's so lame. And what? Then Hank gets to be able to build his jetpack correctly? Fuck off. The girl doesn't have to be a social media intern. She can now teach Taekwondo at a class self-defense because she had this unexplained ability to be able to fight the piglins really well. Again, back to that thing of zero stakes. She's just like whipping her shit around and is massacring these things. It's ridiculous. There's also like zero, but you're trying to see how long I can go without you saying anything, which is a good bit. There's zero like moments of the kid using creativity. There's like 2 of the kid using his like outside creativity in Minecraft world, right? He comes in, Steve teaches them how to craft, and then he pulls out some tots and a paper clip. And he's like, boom, tot launcher. And she's like, dude, what? You just use outside elements for the crafting? That's next level. And then Jason Momoa was like, well, you had some tots? I'm jealous. I wanted those tots. And then again, these are like little hints at humor. Almost vanished for the rest of the film. Like, and then like later on, they don't circle back at all to the, oh, you use outside elements to create here? That's so revolutionary. They don't circle back to that. The only unorthodox crafting thing that this little fucker does is he decides to put, you know what? You know how iron golems, you need a pumpkin for their head? What if I put some swiftness boots there instead? And then it's this like Chad iron golem. That's it. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. I don't think any of these actors are bad actors. I think this is possibly the most like lack of care and effort put into a script of all time. And Jared Hess was just looking for a paycheck after he's been washed up ever since Napoleon Dynamite. It is so like pathetically boring. It's so uninteresting. It's great. It's like, but you know what sucks is it's gonna get a sequel. I don't think it deserves a sequel. I want it to get a sequel though. I don't think it deserves it, but I want it because I think, as I said, the first act has some entertaining value to it.
Okay.
It's generic as all hell. But the fact that a skeleton flies into the potato chip factory and then knocks over a statue and whatever, there's some spice and interest to it. We're at 50, 52, I think.
What?
You're looking at the time. We're at 50 something. Or are you looking at the whiteboard? I was just
checking the battery.
Oh,
but I'm looking at the wrong thing. Never mind. The battery's fine. I thought the battery was flashing. It's the 1/60.
That'll do that. Because there is some spice and interest in that first act. And so it's like they try to walk this, imagine a tightrope, if you will, between 2 giant pits of, let's say, one is molten mercury and the other is molten gold. Don't actually ascribe it like the metallic value of these things. I'm just trying to think of 2 different versions of pits of lava. 2 different versions of pits of lava. You're on a tightrope in between them. You are trying to get through this walk. Let's say pits of water. You're trying to get through this walk carefully, taking the tightrope. And for the first act, it's kind of able to do it. But then after the like Steve meets the rest of them point, you just then lose your balance and you fall square on your nuts. Right on your nuts. But you're not falling off.
Are you splitting them?
Sure, it's square right down the middle of you. You're perfectly balanced on this tightrope. You're not falling all the way into the funny territory, nor are you falling into the like actual generic kids movie territory. You're just right in between your nuts. And what are you doing rather than being like, I give up, and then just like falling into one category or the other? You're slowly still pulling yourself along the rope, scraping your nuts underneath yourself the whole way. Because it just fundamentally
this is really
fails.
relatable. Have you done that before?
It just fundamentally fails at the balance. It's so uninspired. It's really embarrassing, dude.
Want to know something crazy?
What?
I bought a car.
Oh, yeah, you went ahead with it? How much did you get it for?
Like 38.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good for like a running, driving car.
That's pretty good.
You want to see it?
Sure.
I won't show it to everybody else in case they steal it.
Trying to see if I had anything else.
It's a Volvo V50. I know I look old because this is Facebook, but
Yeah, it's
it's a
nice.
station wagon.
Basic, but it's nice.
That's very basic. The white makes every car look basic, even if it was nice at one point.
Yeah.
Like this car was at some point nice, and then they bought it in white, and so now it looks like a fleet vehicle.
Yep.
How do I unfleet my car? It's just so white.
I think it's
Maybe I'll ask Reddit that.
I think it's whack that valkyrae publicly talked about how Jason Momoa was an ass to the crew, and then they cropped her out of the movie. I think that's
They
whack.
cropped her?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
So there's one scene. This is near the start. Jason Momoa. Oh, also, there's no point to Jason Momoa being like a washed-up gamer.
Who's Valkyrie?
She is a popular streamer.
Oh, okay.
She's like similar size to Pokemon, maybe a bit smaller, but pretty up there. She was remember the one who like set up that like blue light lotion brand, and then like immediately went back on it because it was like, this is a scam.
No, I did not know that. But
Okay, but that was a thing like a few years ago. But like there's a scene where Jason Momoa, who's hard on cash and whatever, is like, he's trying to auction for these like old storage units. And there's a lot of cameos in this scene from Minecraft YouTubers of people who are also auctioning. And it's it's convenient, it's very cute, and it's like not very ham-fisted. It makes sense. But in that scene, or I guess valkyrae she supposedly had a cameo in the film. And she, maybe a year or something ago, talked publicly on how, I had the cameo, but it really rubbed me the wrong way how much of an ass Jason Momoa was to a lot of the crew. And, maybe it was because he was just really in character and it was this emotional scene, but like, I don't know. And then this was like a whole Dexerto articles and Mashable, whatever the fuck. Very low stream, but like enough press. And then in the film, it's this moment where Jason Momoa bids on this storage unit. I'm sorry, I realize I completely derailed from your car, but I have to get this point out now that I've started it. He's like trying to bid on the storage unit because he thinks there's like this old video game console in there that's worth like $20,000 or something. And so he gets it. He finds out that, there's fucking nothing in here. And then he's sad because he's broke because he's going to get evicted from a store, blah, 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 blah. And he throws a little hissy fit and blah. But when it cuts back to the auctioneers and stuff, and they're all deadpan, you can in one shot see like the smallest sliver of someone's right sleeve, and it's red. And they're out of every single other shot. So I firmly believe that is valkyrae, and that they cropped her the fuck out because of what she said about Jason Momoa. Because Jason Momoa's production company also helped with the movie. I don't fucking know. That's
Probably
whack.
right.
I think that's whack. Don't cancel me. Lock me up. I think that's whack.
Don't cancel me.
Don't cancel me. I hate that this movie is getting so much undeserved attention. I truly hate it. It's almost a sobering reminder of how far irony can go. And we're starting to see that curve down now. Because it's been so long, the past like 4 years of the internet so much being this like absurdist, sarcastic, ironic humor, that we had almost forgotten how far irony can get and how irony itself can still be whack and cringe. And just because you're self-aware doesn't mean that like you're actually cool. And I feel like we hadn't gotten something similar like that since maybe the Szechuan sauce. And so the fact that we're getting it again is very, it's almost, it's nice, but I hate that it's necessary.
I had a topic, I forget.
Your car?
Something else.
There's some other shit I was meaning to talk about, but I don't remember it.
It was a good topic. I should have wrote it down. You seen the clear energy water?
No.
So, like, you know how Celsius is just like terrible for you?
Yeah.
That being said, I have way too many of them.
I bought a Red Bull today. I haven't drank it. I just bought it.
So it's like, it looks like this is called Orca.
Mm-hmm.
And it's water and just like caffeine. That's the ingredients.
That's sick. I'd pump that shit.
Yeah, it's way too expensive.
Oh.
Like 32 bottles for
Dude,
16,
that's
which is
why
like $2 a bottle.
I've long been saying caffeine is only drinkable. We need to make that shit edible.
No, you can get caffeine pills.
We've talked about this, but we've done the same exact topic before. You talk about caffeine pills. I say, oh, they make caffeine pills. Yeah, you could buy like 100 on Amazon for like $10. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
But we don't know what's in them.
But we don't know what's in them. What I'm talking about more is caffeine food. Because I think I don't know
what food would you have that was like,
what I always theorize, I don't remember if I talked
because the
about
reason
this
why we
on the
like it in
podcast.
drinks is that there's not that much calories to it.
Yeah, but I'm getting tired of caffeine in drinks. Real shit.
Are you rolling out on Crystal Light?
A wee bit.
Really?
Yeah. I probably need a break from it. But like what I always used to theorize, I may have talked about this on the podcast before, is like the like waffle makers at the dining hall. I would always think about, what if I put some Crystal Light in like one of those waffle mixes? Or like put caffeine or something into like a mixture, and then make like caffeine pancakes.
All right.
I could bang.
Do you think that would denature the caffeine?
I don't know. I'm not a damn nutritionist.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not.
Shouts out to you not being a nutritionist.
What's up?
What was I gonna say?
Oh, man. Were you going to talk about the awesome tariffs? I was going to talk about the awesome tariffs. Aren't they so cool? Isn't it sick? What? Fist bump them?
What should we do for our recession? Everybody has the thing that they wish they did in 2008. What should we do?
I texted you, what should I do before a new Great Depression? And you didn't respond. You spineless fuck. So I'm happy we're at least hashing it out now.
I don't know. What should we do? I went all cash a while ago, so I'm not like too worried. A little sad about my dad. My dad, just really re-upped his portfolio.
Don't
like,
do it. Don't
not
do it
even-
around. Don't do it around the top. Remember the cord. You're trying to twist it around the top. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Yeah, you spin it around the back, and then you separately can spin the thing, or not, or whatever. Now I've been telling my mom, like, pull out of stocks. Pull
But I don't know.
out.
But she has time. You know what I mean? Like, when is she gonna retire?
Yeah, exactly.
Same with my dad. I'm like, I guess it's fine because you'll probably make it back. But I don't know how long it will be till you make it back.
I mean, it would have been better to pull out, like,
3 months ago.
exactly.
Yeah,
Which is
unfortunately.
how long I've been advising to pull out, if not longer, but like whatever.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Kind of
dude.
funny though.
It's so cool. You
I
think
like
he's
it.
gonna pull back?
No. He's too deep now. Do you know what I mean? He looks like a bitch if he pulls out.
I know, and so I think that'll be really hard for him. But everyone
Everyone
is
hates him.
saying it.
Everyone hates him.
All from us brokies all the way to Wall Street. Everyone is saying to pull out of this shit. And so I don't know.
Everything's going to be really expensive. That's why I bought the car now.
That's smart.
Because I was like, originally I was going to wait until like summer. And then I was like, well, if nobody can buy new cars, everybody's going to buy used cars. And I this is the only cheap used car I could find.
His ass might cause the Switch 2 to be delayed.
To be like $650.
I know. 450 was fine. Not lovable, but fine.
But I mean, I guess like inflation, right? You know what I mean? For like 450 from
yeah, exactly.
399?
450. Okay, I get it. It's still cheaper than like all the other consoles that have been out recently. Anything above 500, especially when you have $80 games.
You know what?
$90 physical versions.
You know what I made fun of you for that I regret making fun of you for now that this has happened?
What?
I used to make fun of you for having so many old consoles. You're just not going to be able to afford new consoles.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like they try to sell new versions of older games for like 4 times the price.
Yeah, like this PS5, that's probably going to be the last affordable top tier console.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Switch 2's its price, it's relatively
No.
affordable.
I know it's going to be good.
It's the
but
game.
I'm saying that in the foreseeable future, China put a 47% tax reciprocal tariff on our already tariffed goods.
It is really funny that apparently Nintendo moved their manufacturing to Vietnam, like, I don't know, however many years ago. And like a day after the tariff announcement, because everyone's like, fuck, they're hitting Nintendo too. A day after the tariff announcement, Trump's like, you know what? We're in talks with Vietnam. They want to get rid of the tariff. So we're going to see what we can do. And people are like, Nintendo on that shit. Nintendo on that shit.
Every car is made with global parts.
Everything is made with global parts. Bananas are made with global parts. We can't make enough bananas in the US for the US. I saw that.
I just don't know what's the play, dumbass.
I think because he doesn't realize that everyone is thinking everyone is aware that he
has no idea what's going on.
No. Everyone is aware that he 99% chance won't be in office 4 years from now.
I disagree. I think people are scared that he's going to be in office.
No, what I'm saying the economic people, because the idea is you make all the industry domestic, or you limit it so that then all these companies start building manufacturing here. That's the idea. But everyone is aware that it would take much more time and energy to sink that like investment into building that up here than in 4 years when, again, probably someone else will be here and they will immediately dial those back in.
They're probably going to get heralded as the savior of America.
What, the next? Yeah. Dude, the midterms are going to be biblical.
I don't even think so.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, dude. Prices are already going up.
No.
People are already on Twitter saying, "Did we elect an R word?"
No. I don't think midterms are going to be. All we talk about is Republicans. Who are the Democrats?
Okay, that's a good point. But I think Republicans won't be as interested in going out to vote, and Democrats will be more interested in going out to vote. Now, we still need good Democrats.
Republicans are going to hunker down.
Yeah, they're going to hunker down and not vote, is what I'm saying. They won't
I think
care.
they're going to double down and vote.
Oh, I don't think so. You can't keep blaming it on Biden. If your egg prices go up, you can't keep blaming it on Biden. If the stocks
You see there's no eggs
plummet,
at Whole Foods today? I went to Whole Foods today.
that's crazy. If the stocks plummet as much as they have, it's down like what, 15% in the past 6 months in the NASDAQ or something? Why do I know what the NASDAQ is?
$3.91 trillion in lost value.
I thought it was higher, but still, it's ridiculous.
No, in the last week.
In the last week. That's ridiculous, dude.
The GDP of most countries gone in a week.
It's like real shit. Is the CIA gonna get to his ass first?
No, because he's
Does
bought
this
and paid for
motherfucker
the CIA.
serve out his term?
He's bought and paid for the CIA.
No, but the CIA cares about capital like root.
I don't think so, dog.
They could do that shit.
Republicans were just saying that they had power over the judicial
The
branch.
CIA killed JFK. They could get this shit
But
done.
he was trying to do good shit.
Yeah. And now he's trying to do so much bad shit that it's hurting capitalists. That's what I'm saying. JFK was so relatively progressive that it was going to hurt capitalists. This is so fascist that it's hurting capitalists. It's the opposite direction, but we've wound up in a very similar spot.
What should we do for the recession? Because honestly, like,
Hey, Emerson, you're going to need to turn those fucking prices down. We can't keep spending $80K a semester. Straight
year.
up.
a year. Right?
A year, sorry.
Whew. My mom lives in the most recession-proof economy that there is.
What, education?
No, psychology.
Oh, yeah.
My mom said her favorite 3 years were 2008, 2009, and 2010.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we're going to see some, it'll be interesting for sure. And from like an anthropological perspective, because like in a cultural perspective, because like think about like COVID, for example, like COVID.
How do you do worse than a corpse?
I know. That's why I saw it. That's why I posted. How the fuck did you fuck up worse than a guy with dementia?
That dude couldn't walk.
He couldn't.
That's pretty impressive.
He had so many amazing blunders and you're doing worse than him. Also, Elon's out.
You think Elon's out?
Elon's out. I've seen internal reports that Elon's out. That Trump's saying Elon's gone in the next few weeks.
I disagree, bro.
It's because Elon backed that Wisconsin Supreme Court justice. And then that fucking slammed in his face.
They lost, right?
Yeah, like a lot. Really bad. And Elon was pumping so much money into it. And Trump hates losers. Especially if he needs a fall guy for some of this economic
A
shit.
lot of winning. So much winning.
Elon's...
You think he's going to blame Elon?
I don't think he could try. I don't think he would be able to. Because Elon's definitely against these tariffs, but he's just not piping up.
I don't think he is against these tariffs.
Yeah, he is. Like so much of it is in China.
Oh, bro. All Teslas are made in America.
Okay. Well, they sell a lot in China. Let me say. They sell a lot outside. So he's probably not happy about the new tariffs.
all the China ones are made in the China super factory.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, that's why I think he's happy about it. Because all of whenever he has like production for a country, it's based in that country.
I should say, I don't know. And I was just basing that off of SNL doing a joke about him not liking them either. Because I watched the SNL one political sketch. Dude, they had Jack Black on SNL. Fuck yeah.
What was like 2008 peak recession? Music was really good.
I think
2008 to 2010, a lot of bangers there.
I think we'll see a lot of art stuff. We'll see a huge trend towards the arts. And what I was going to say is COVID was kind of similar in that like that was when you saw huge like numbers for streaming, like Twitch streaming stuff, YouTube stuff, because like a lot more people home and like looking for escapism and all these kinds of things. And so more investment in the arts. And so I think in a similar way that this odd thing kind of popped off, we'll see similar odd things that'll pop off. Question is what? It's going to be cheap hobbies. Cheap hobbies, cheap ways to get to know people.
I don't think I really need anything.
Yeah.
What things do I need? Nothing.
If they make the Switch 2 more than $500,
Don't buy it.
I'm not going to get it. I'm not guiding the Switch 2. Huh? Maybe.
Go to Canada's.
But they're like redoing region locking and stuff because of it.
Go to Canada. Buy a Switch 2.
Maybe, yeah.
Take the shit out of the packaging.
No, but they do like region lock. I don't understand region lock, but they do it. Also, would my ass really spend hundreds of dollars on Canada tickets?
No, we drive.
Spend hundreds of dollars on gas to Canada just to get a Switch 2 for however
No,
much.
bro. Think about it. Canada probably like 2 gas cans away.
Also, real shit, I'm not buying the Switch 2 unless I get with that Mario Kart bundle. Which will make it 500, which I'm aware of. But I'd much rather 500 than 450 and then $80 on top of it. $80 games is ridiculous, dude. Egregious. They have the gall to do like, oh, we have a tech demo game. It's not for free though. You have to pay $6 for it.
I saw that, yeah.
Bro, just pack it in with the fucking game. People loved Wii Sports. That was a tech demo that came with the game. But Reggie had to be on his hands and knees pleading for it, dude. Ugh. Nintendo somehow got simultaneously so much goodwill and then lost it from the same presentation. And it's just because of $80 games, dude. It's so baffling. $80? Jesus Christ.
You bitch. You paid with my card. You fucking asshole.
On the bike?
Yeah. Fuck you. I'm
pissed.
I am.
I am unhappy with you, miss.
I am.
Dude,
I can't remember my other topic. I feel like it was so good.
maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. That's just life, baby.
Are you here this summer?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was considering it, but then I was like, I am super depressed. I need to go back home and see my family.
Word.
So, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck I am doing.
You're not gonna live here again, are you?
No.
It's expensive as balls.
Expensive.
Why do you go living in Belmont? Belmont?
Huh? I'm probably going to be back in the dorms. It's just easier.
Cheaper.
Cheaper, food for free, less headache of having to, because it's such a pain looking for apartments and dealing with realtors and stuff. Oh my God.
They're the worst, aren't they?
Yeah, I stopped like working with them maybe like 2 weeks ago. One of them still texting me, adding more question marks to a text he sent. Brother, fuck off. Like,
Facebook Marketplace is full of dimes, by the way.
of dimes?
Yeah, these guys are just hilarious.
What do you mean?
Also, nobody knows how to speak English. Not a soul. So it's pretty, and none of them speak this. It's not like everybody speaks Spanish. You speak Tagalog on Facebook Marketplace?
You mean Tagalog?
Is that how it's pronounced?
I don't know if I said it correct, but I definitely know you didn't.
You don't think it's Tagalog?
I don't think it's Tagalog. Tagalog? Like Tagalong.
I know it's spelled Tagalong, but I thought it was Tagalog. I could be wrong. Really? You're selling a Volvo in Somerville? Tagalog?
Tagalong.
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation guide, where we look at how to pronounce better some of the most mispronounced words in the world, like this other curious word. But how do you say what you're looking for today? English pronunciation, let's break it down. How to pronounce Tagalong.
Okay. This guy has 31 views, but 1.76 million subscribers. And that's from 2 weeks ago. How to pronounce Kelsey correctly.
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation guide, where we look at how to pronounce better some of. Let's learn how to pronounce these names once and for all correctly in English. If you want to learn more pronunciations and what is the meaning, stay tuned. We got a ton more. This is of English origin. It's named after an island.
Guess the name.
Meaning fierce and
Guess
egg.
it.
Kelsey is how it's usually pronounced in English. How to pronounce.
Oh, camera died. All right. Are we good there?
Steve.
They use a different take for I am Steve, which honestly, thank God, just out of spite.
What?
They use a different take of the I am Steve. They didn't use the take from the trailers.
It sucks.
I think it's better. Just because fuck you and all the ironic people.